Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the fourth and final session of day 2 of week 2 of ALYFE Connects, our very first virtual-only event brought to you exclusively by ALYFE Group. Tonight we have a special something in store as we swap live music for live magic, and we are very happy to have with us Malaysia's #1 magician, Andrew Lee, who is a semi-finalist on Asia's Got Talent and a contestant on Britain's Got Talent. He is here with us tonight to show us some magic and to talk us through a bit of his career journey so far, show us a few things, share with us maybe even a few secrets, and otherwise give us what I'm sure promises to be a magical evening. So please help me welcome Andrew.
Hello and welcome, Jacob.
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Good evening to you too. I can safely say that is the best and most unusual entrance we've had so far on this show. Thank you very much. And thank you for joining us, Andrew. It's a pleasure to have you. I know I'm very excited and I'm almost anxious because I'm the only one here, if you like. I'm the only victim you can pick on from the audience. So,
we're just gonna have some fun, tonight, doing some magic. So if anybody have got questions, we just answer them.
Yes,
anything at all, yeah.
Please do. Now, a magician usually never reveals his tricks, but if you guys ask good questions and the right ones, drop them in the comments below, and we will see what tricks of the trade Andrew is prepared to share with us. But first of all, mate, how are you doing? That's a very cool looking studio you've got going on over there.
Thank you very much. Add some production value to this whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, is this where quite literally the magic happens, as they say?
Yeah. So this is my home studio where I actually get all the creative thinking going on. There's actually a big, huge board over here where I jot down all my ideas, and calendar, which seems to be pretty blank at the moment. But lots of shows going on, and it's been great. We just recently did also like a 24 hours live streaming event with friends from all around the world. We've got 150 performers, and every one of us will do like a 10-minute set each, and wake up for the next hour to do our show again. So it's like 24 hours live stream. That's crazy. Yeah.
Was it? I mean, was it like a was that in aid of anything? Was it like a chat? Was it like just for fun, just for the sake of doing 24 hours, or was it like a charity thing, or what was the?
Because we have like friends from all around the world, and we all live in different time zones. So we just don't want to only target a certain target of people from certain people of countries. So we thought doing a cool thing, we do a 24 hours live show, since we're all from around the world, and just put things together and perform. So of course, we get tips based on donations, and whoever who's interested to just support what we do and still support entertainment, live entertainment. Then
wow, I can see why. That is quite something. So I know your big calendar is pretty empty right now, and a lot of us know that feeling. But how about your big wall of ideas? How has this time been for you on the creative side? Have you been sort of able to think of new ways, new routines, new things to do when this is all over? Like, what have you been working on?
Well, definitely, because so magic is not just not just about learning the tricks. There's a huge part in magic in terms of lighting, in terms of like choreography, in terms of like script writing. So I've been doing a lot of thinking lately on how to bring my magic to the next level. And of course, it's not just performing tricks, but to have meaning in your magic. Like if you want to do a magic trick, it has to convey a certain message for people to not only appreciate the tricks, but also the message behind it. So I think that's very important, because to me, the tricks are just puzzles, magic is far more than just the tricks. It is actually, in fact, achieving something you never thought you could achieve and achieving it. To me, music, it can be a form of magic because music has the power to move your emotions. It has the power to make you feel sad or happy or to uplift your spirits. It has the power to give you motivation to even work out in the gym. So that in itself is magic. Yeah. I mean, an act of kindness to someone is also magic. So yeah, tonight, in fact, we're gonna teach you some simple magic tricks as well along the way, and yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yes. Yeah. So tell us what you have in store for us tonight. And I know you specialize. Well, I know your range of magic is extremely impressive, and I know that illusionism and mentalism are two areas of magic that you really enjoy doing. But you can also throw knives through cards and things like that. So I know you can do it all. But tell us a little bit about what you can expect tonight.
Before that, let's try a trick with you. I mean, of course, for the viewers at home, Jacob has no idea what we're going to do tonight. Nobody actually, this is not pre-planned or pre-arranged in any way. Yes, Jacob? No. So you're not a stooge or anything like that, right? True? So what I'm going to do here is this, Jacob. You see that right over there? Yeah, perfect. That's basically, I'm just going to write your name.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
So then focus. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm going to get you to think of a 2-digit number, any number that you can think of.
Okay.
And just say it out loud.
Say it out loud.
Yeah.
13.
13. Now, is there a reason why you chose 13?
Well, unlucky for some.
Is the part of your pin code or your favorite number? I actually, in fact, wrote down over here.
No, it's not my. Well, no. I refuse to believe it.
Yeah, 13, right over there.
So
it's like there's now.
You had a pen in your hand there somewhere. I know it. That's creepy. That's creepy. You're creeping me out, Andrew, already.
There's like different genres of magic right now. There's like close-up magic. There's like parlor magic. There's stage magic. There's now, of course, there's online magic, which online magic is a completely different ballgame altogether because with currently, whatever that we are going through right now of experiencing social distancing, there are certain methods in magic that you cannot do online. For instance, hey Jacob, can you pick a card? You can't pick a card. I'm not physically there to engage with you. But online magic has also, I guess, its strength because in a sense that there are, for the viewers, it's going to probably be stronger as well if I were to do it online. For instance, if I were to do it physically to get you to pick a card, I perhaps could have just picked at your card physically. But how would you explain, how would I know the identity of your card across the screen? Or even, we could be across the world. So everyone can be like an international magician right now. I can be on here in my home, and then perform for somewhere, whoever that's in a different time zone right now. So yeah.
I suppose so. Has there been anybody? I mean, before all this, before virtual magic became a necessity, any big name magicians? Anybody famously doing it? This kind of thing as part of their act? Has anybody?
To my surprise is that because I've got friends from Vegas. In fact, I'm going to do a live session tomorrow with him. His name is Jeff McBride. Before all this coronavirus and this virus that's going on, I didn't know. Actually, I heard from him that online magic has actually been a thing as well. In fact, he's been doing it for about the past 13 years now. He's also done like online consultations and virtual magic shows. A fan of so apparently it's a thing. So yeah.
So where can the audience see that? Will that be on your Instagram?
So yeah, tomorrow it's going to be on my Facebook Live. On my Facebook page, Facebook Live. I'm just trying to figure out which platform to use because I'm still very new to hosting this stream thing. There's so many different platforms out there, right? So yeah, I'm just trying to find to use without having the computer to lag. Yeah. So that's one of the challenges as well to have like shows online is that you are limited to your internet connection, and if your internet sucks during that time, then yeah.
ruins the illusion a little bit. I think. Okay, cool. Well, so let me plug your Facebook here real quick. I've only got your Instagram here so far, but let me plug your Facebook real quick so the audience can see, so the audience can find you tomorrow. Andrew Lee Magic, right? I'm guessing that's you.
Sorry, what?
Your Facebook page.
Yeah, it's actually Andrew Lee Magic, but it's just going to be on my personal page, which is Andrew Lee. Actually, in fact, I'll post it on my Facebook page as well. Yeah, I just remembered to do that.
Yeah, there you go. So check it out tomorrow for a live stream. Okay, cool. That'll be interesting. So
something I'm going to show you something I've been working on lately. So this has been besides watching Netflix and writing scripts, I've been practicing a lot of card tricks. In fact, I'm going to show you this exercise I've been doing with cards right over here.
Cool. Okay.
Right. So a deck of cards right over here. Of course, you can't see me. It's fine. So it begins with a perfectly shuffled deck of cards like so. Okay, perfect. Now I've got the say to you that actually, in fact, in a deck of cards, there's 52 different cards. But in this case, I've got 53 cards inside here because I've got included the 2 jokers and actually, in fact, an advertisement card. Okay, so this is going to be an exercise that I do with cards. In fact, I give it a couple more cards like this, and I'm going to cut the cards into 10 specific spots in the deck, just like so. That's probably about 10 seconds, I would say. So on the first pile over here, I cut to only 1 card. The second card over here, I've cut to only 2 cards. This third pile over here, there's 1, 2, 3. The fourth pile over here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth pile, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exact cards. The 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10 exact cards. But since, of course, there's only 1 card over here, this card I've cut to the ace. Here I've cut to the 2. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The 10 exact cards.
Wow.
Now you can applaud at this point, but of course, since we are doing this virtually, you guys can actually react and applaud.
I'm sure I speak and applaud for everybody at home. In fact, that's really quite something.
Thank you. Now, of course, the jacks is over here.
Oh.
Okay, and the queen and kings usually comes together. Oh, that's a king, sorry. So I missed out by 1. So if I hold the queen, should be around probably there. Yep. Queen and the king would be somewhere just about there. So we've got the ace through the king.
Wow.
Just like that. Now, of course, remember I told you guys that we started this trick with 55 cards. Of course, we don't need the advertisement card like so. Yes. We also don't need, like, in fact, the 2 jokers. Yes. Remember, we shuffled this deck of cards. Yes. In fact, I'm going to cut these to 3 exact spots. Now, we shuffled this card thoroughly. You saw the cards mixed up. In fact, these other cards over here, I've got the hearts over here.
Oh my.
Clubs over here. And lastly, of course, I've got all the diamonds. Now that is, of course, with no social life, lots of practice, and staying at home during this MCO.
Everybody at home is as amazed as I am. That is, I mean, you're making me almost feel almost guilty now for just watching Netflix. I feel like I wish I'd spent as much time working on something cool like that. All I did was rewatch Breaking Bad.
Yeah, so later we're gonna do like some teach and magic tricks so you guys can actually learn back home. Yeah, so yeah.
I'm sure we've got at least one person clapping from home. I unfortunately can't see whose name that is. They haven't connected to StreamYard yet, but nevertheless, they are clapping from home, and I know we all are as well. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. That's a very good friend of mine at school used to, back when we were like 16, he got really into sleight of hand, and it was always, even just the simplest stuff, it just amazed me. It always baffled me how you could make things disappear and reappear again.
Right. This is where you were back home in Yorkshire, was it? You're from, yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly. In the UK, yeah. And Arthur Tan can't quite make head or tail of that trick. He's going crazy as it is, and so I think your crazy shuffling tricks are just sending him a bit over the edge.
Yeah. Crazy. You want to see another trick while you guys are waiting?
Oh, please.
Cool. So, I've prepared this specially for you, Jacob. Now, of course, earlier on I read your mind. Of course, you're thinking of number 13. But right now, we're going to do something different. In fact, notice that I've got a red card right over here. Can you see a red card over here? Yeah. And the rest of the cards, they're actually blue, right? So in a deck of cards, there are like 52 different cards that you can think of. And this over here is a red card, which is in fact my prediction of the card that you're thinking of. Now, of course, you can think of any card that you want. Yes, true. In fact, go ahead, name me any card that you want.
I'm going to say the 10 of clubs.
The 10 of clubs. Is there a reason why you chose the 10 of clubs?
I had the 7 of hearts in mind, and then I changed my mind at the last minute, and I just thought 10 of clubs. I don't know.
You can think of any card that you want. In fact, I'm not even going to touch it, okay? This red card over here. You can name me any card that you want, right, true? This card only right over here, dude, really slowly. Which is the 10 of clubs, which is right over there.
Oh my goodness. I'm hiding my face from the audience now so they can't see me like kind of blushing and cringing at the fact that my mind is being bent right now. That's very good. Very, very good indeed.
In fact, we can, so while the questions are going on, well, we can even try something different later on. So in fact, what I'm going to attempt to do later on is in fact one of the world's hardest, or considered to be one of the hardest card tricks on card tricks. And of course, since that we are virtually and it's impossible for me to influence your decisions whatsoever. So in a moment, I'm going to get someone from the audience, in fact, to name me any card. Yes, and someone else to name me any number. So of course, you can name me any number between 1 to 52, and you can name me any card. So whoever who comments a card and a number, we will pick them. Or if not, then if there's a lag in this whole conversation, Jacob, you do it. All right, cool.
No, I think we're good. Our audience are pretty well engaged. So, all right, guys at home, you heard him. Someone pick a number, and someone else pick a suit, and we'll pick the combination of the two. Make it a little bit more difficult for Andrew. We'll try to.
Yeah, and of course the deck of cards is right over here, which I'm not going to touch it for now. I don't know. Actually, in fact, I saw like this one Jason Tan. He made a comment. He says like three of diamonds. Was it?
3 of diamonds. Yeah. Let's go with the 3 of diamonds because
So that was the number that you picked, 3 of diamonds. And
3
then
of diamonds.
Is someone commenting what?
I think Josephine's just picked a number, but we need a number in the we need a running number on the cards, Josephine, not a random number. Sorry.
51. 51 is going to be an easy number though, because in fact, 51 is basically the
penultimate card in the deck.
Second last card of the 52 deck of cards. So someone name me a different number. In fact, it's going to be harder that way.
Okay, we've got a 7.
I mean, 1 to 52. Any 1 to 52. 3 of diamonds.
Oh, okay. My mistake. Okay.
So since Jason picked the 3 of diamonds, he's the first guy to pick the 3 of diamonds. We're going to stick with the 3 of diamonds. Or in fact, can I get someone to name me any number between 1 to 52?
Yeah, let's go a little bit. Let's get a bit more complicated, guys. Let's think higher, double digits, at least double digits.
If not, then we can go with Josephine again. So Josephine said 18. All right. So in fact, this is what we're gonna do. Okay. So you can name me any card that you wanted to, right? And of course, Jason, he names me the 3 of diamonds. And since Josephine is right over there over the screen, And earlier on, he thought of 51, and right now she thought of the 18.
Although
So
you've come in at the last minute with the 31. I mean, does that make things a bit more?
So let's go with the one that that came in first. Okay, so that way it's fair for everyone as well,
Okay.
right? So it's 13, and then we have the 3 of diamonds and 31. Was that it?
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to do this. In fact, I've not done this for a very long time, but I'm gonna try to do this. Okay, really slowly. You guys can name me any card that you want, and you name me the 3 of diamonds and 31.
Yeah, we'll go number 31.
So wouldn't it be amazing if the 3 of diamonds, it's in the 31 position? That'll be a beautiful, honest. I mean, since that you guys are there and I'm over here, and the deck has been there on the table the entire time. 31 and 3 of diamonds. Okay, we're gonna count this really slowly. Okay, 1. I'm nervous. Actually, I never done it before. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, was it?
31. 3 of diamonds.
Yeah, if that works, that would be amazing, to be honest with you guys.
Oh.
What's 3 of diamonds, was it?
There was a 3 of diamonds.
3 of diamonds, so it wasn't the 5 of spades.
No.
Let's change it into the 3 of diamonds. There you have it.
I knew there was a twist. I knew you wouldn't give up that easy. Very good. Very good. Very good. What an amazing. I mean, it always, and I'm almost, it's like, as much as I would love to know really kind of the secrets, because I'm the kind of guy, I kind of like to ruin the magic of movies sometimes. I kind of like seeing behind the scenes shots rather than just enjoying the special effects. But with magic tricks, and especially ones like these, I kind of actually enjoy being punished by not knowing. It's kind of a weird thing, because I just find it so amazing and so like mind-boggling, and I can't begin. It's like, to me, it's like advanced math. You know, like
when you have magicians who would try to lead you, to misdirect you into a certain direction, to actually let you think of how it's done, and then they come up with a twist to actually push you off course, and then they hit you hard again. So yeah, I think.
Well, that's part of the act, and so, and I mean, you're not just a parlor magician or whatever, of course, or just like a street card shark, whatever. You know, you of course are an excellent showman. And that's what took you to all the way to the semi-finals of Asia's Got Talent. That's what took you all the way to the UK for Britain's Got Talent. So tell us a little bit about that, maybe, and even your journey before that. Like, in fact, when did this journey start for you? How long have you been practicing magic?
So I've been doing magic for about 16 years now in total. Actually, in fact, so before Britain's Got Talent or before Asia's Got Talent, I was actually doing a lot of corporate shows. Actually, before that, I was actually working. So bigger background before I became a magician. So magic has always been a hobby for me. It's never been a serious thing that, hey, you know what, when I grow up, I want to be a magician, you know. So that's never been my thought of doing so. So I have a degree in nutritional science. So I'm actually a nutritionist by graduate. And I used to work in the fitness industry as a fitness consultant, and also a nutritionist in one of the biggest largest fitness chains in Asia, Malaysia. So yeah, then of course I find working with people. I mean, because I was doing really well back then in my job. You know, I got promoted like every 3 months, and you know, I was doing really well in my career. But then it wasn't something that I wanted to do, because I was like pumping in a lot of work and energy into a company, which is like wearing me out, and I hardly have enough time for myself. And that's when I actually quit magic as well, because I basically had no time to even do anything I want. It's basically in the morning I'm in the gym, by night I'm the last to leave. I'm the first to arrive and the last to leave. And then on top of that, I'll do my personal workouts as well in the gym. So it's basically eat, sleep, you know, workout in the gym, you know. So it was crazy then. Yeah. So then of course I was also posting up videos online as well. So I needed a break back then. So I thought, you know what, I needed a break. I need to go for holiday. So instead of paying for my holiday, it so happened that I actually got an inquiry to actually perform in India. That was actually my first international gigs. But before that, when I was studying, I was also doing like a lot of like corporate gigs back home in Malaysia. So that India gig kickstarted my career, I guess. So I was performing for 10,000 people in an event that time, and that was like just my hobby, and I was not even a professional magician back then yet. So I thought, you know, what would be cool to just travel and then bring my hobby as as something fun, and then I'll just do magic and then go back to work the next day. So that's what I actually did. You know, went magic for the weekend, and then go back to work, the next day, and that was my break. Yeah, and then the following month, I got another inquiry to perform in was it Dubai, and then I realized that every single month I was actually traveling to different places of the world to perform, and there was like Dubai. I went to Cairo, I went to Kuwait, I went to where else did I go during that time? Yeah, I went to a lot of different places, during the time of performing. So I decided, you know what, I can actually do this full time, and I quit my job and I actually did it full time. Of course, as I was starting out, there's also a lot of worries and the worry of uncertainty, because you never know, because we're being paid by gigs, and you never know when's your next booking gonna come in again. Of course, I was really worried during that time, because it's really uncertain of when your next pay is gonna come and when you're gonna do your next event again. Then fortunately, of course, I was contracted with Genting, Malaysia. I was performing for Genting as their resident magician. So, performing there was actually a good foundational ground for me as well, because I was also doing a lot of sets during that time. So that was actually a time for me to actually like get paid and do rehearsals at the same, like practice my magic with real life audiences and get paid at the same time. I mean, like, how cool is that, right? So I did that. So yeah, after that, of course, I was also performing. I did my own shows, my own ticketing shows, actually, in fact, with a friend of mine in Australia for the Fringe festivals in Perth, Australia. So I did it for 2 years consecutively, and we also had like sold out shows during that time. So I was actually pretty amazed during how the arts and entertainment thing works in Australia and all that stuff. So it was really interesting for me as well. So after that, it kickstarted a lot of opportunities as well. I was on Today Tonight on Australia's primetime TV. We predicted the Melbourne Cup during that time as well. So it was really fun. And at the same time, during that time, of course, my house caught on fire. My home, like right now, this house right here, now it got caught on fire, and I basically lost everything during that time. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was approached by, of course, like.
That wasn't a magic trick that went wrong, was it?
No, actually, the funny thing about this is that before the day before I left for Australia, because this is the top floor, right? So there's a lot of mess and like really, it was like clutter everywhere. So before I left for Australia, I remember waking up, like it was like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. So I remember I remember just saying these words, okay? Oh, when I get back home, I just gotta clear this place out, man. I said the exact word. I just said I gotta clear this exact place out. And then I went for a few days, and then true enough, my mom called me in the morning, said, "Oh, the house is on fire." So everything is wiped out. So it was like, yeah. So yeah. So I mean, to be honest with you guys, although the fire was a tragedy, right? But to me, I think looking back, it's actually one of the best things that ever happened to me. Because with the fire, right, it actually taught me a lot of different things. I actually come up with a lot of new acts as well along the way. And with the fire, it taught me that limitations is not always a bad thing, because limitation forces your creativity. I mean, even times like this, during this MCO, we are limited to go out, we're limited to do so many things, but yet with that limitation, there's so much creativity that comes up with doing this online show, with so many new ideas that comes along the way. So I always believe that in every situation, every outcome, there's always something to take back from. And that's where I went on Asia's Got Talent, because I knew that I had nothing else to lose. I went on Asia's Got Talent, and it's always a dream for me to be on Britain's Got Talent or America's Got Talent, just to perform in front of Simon Cowell. In fact, I didn't tell anybody yet, because actually, in fact, during Asia's Got Talent, I was approached by America's Got Talent first. to do the show. But then during the time, I was actually a semi-finalist for Asia's Got Talent. So I didn't take up America's Got Talent offer because of a breach of a contract kind of a thing. So the moment I realized that I was not in Asia's Got Talent, I went on Britain's Got Talent. So that was a way. That's also a dream for me to actually perform there.
Well, the man himself. I mean, I know America's Got Talent is of course a huge audience, but BGT is the original, the OG.
Yeah.
And Simon Cowell is still there, right? So he's the big man. He's the big man you got to impress.
It's funny though, because actually they said Britain's Got Talent is actually the way is Britain's Got Talent is actually where it originated from because of Simon Cowell, and then from Britain's Got Talent they went to America's Got Talent. Of course Simon Cowell was the judge as well, but apparently of course America's Got Talent was much bigger than Britain's Got Talent, and that's why Britain's Got Talent came out with a series that time as well. It says Britain's Got More Talent, BGMT. Britain's got more talent. So yeah, so now they're merging and stuff like that. So yeah, it was fun during that time.
Either way, it must have been an amazing journey. So I think, do you have another little trick for us? I think our audience at home would love to see something.
Yes. Okay. Let me show you guys something else. Okay. So one of the things that most people would think that magic is tricks. Like I mentioned to you earlier on that magic to me is far more than just tricks. It's about the emotion that you stir up. I mean, of course, the tricks may not be real, I would say, but it's the emotions that you stir up in the audience that is real. So what I'm going to show you guys here today is in fact it's actually a metaphor of this. Can you see? Fire, perfect. Okay. So it begins with a simple spool of thread. A single strand. Like our lives, there's a beginning and there's an end. And in the middle, there is happiness, but also sorrow. There's pleasure and also pain. There are moments of intense love and times of desperate separation, betrayal. When the bonds between us seems broken forever, we hope that is not so. It is said that love is the greatest magical power of all. The human dream, the universal dream, is a dream of magic, and transformation.
And the crowd goes wild. Look at that. And you
Yeah.
wow. And you're right. And what Josephine's happy. I think probably not something we can learn tonight, Josephine, but we'll see what we can do for you. But you've impressed her at least.
Or in fact, let's teach a trick. I'm going to teach you guys a simple trick that you guys can do back home when you guys are watching. So for this, you're going to need, so you guys are ready. So what I'm going to show you guys is a simple trick that you guys can do back home when you are, wherever you are. And of course, you guys can do this to your friends and family. That'd be awesome too. So all you need is a bill. I'm going to show you guys how you can make $20 become 1,000 ringgit. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be a good trick. I'm going to learn this too.
That would be good.
So I tell you what, 20 ringgit bill, all right? So all you need to do for this one is that you need to have a little bit of static electricity, right? So a bit of static electricity over here. All you do is take the bill, you fold it in half like so, okay? And you got to try to balance this bill up between the tip of your thumbs, just like that, okay? And with a little bit of magic and with a little bit of imagination, you can actually cause this bill to just suspend mid-air, just like that. And of course, you can show to the audience, and it's actually, in fact, genuine 20 ringgit bill, and you will take your applause then. So the secret to this trick is very simple. All you need to do is you need to have a bill, yes, and you also need to have a coin. Now, of course, you can have any coins that you want, 20 cent, 10 cent, that'd be fine as well. So you start off by holding the bill like this, and then the coin is back behind over here, okay? So you get them to examine the bill like so, show them the back of the bill. Once you fold it in half, what you're basically doing is that you're sandwiching the bill. You're sandwiching the bill right over there, okay? And that you gotta act like as if you're trying to balance the coin, but in fact, when you release your hand, the coin and the bill is actually balanced by the tip of your thumb, just like so. Yeah. And
So,
now,
yeah, what's amazing is it seems so simple when you know how, but even the sleight of hand to get it in the bill and to hide the coin and to balance it even, that's
like
something.
that, yeah. And then to clear it up, you have to just drop it. It dropped in the hand, and you can open your hand to show that it's genuinely just a normal bill. So in performance mode, it will be basically taking the bill, take it from the audience, show both sides if you want to, okay, and then you fold it in half, balance it up again like so, and then it levitates just like that. Simple as it is, you guys can try it out at home. If you do, shoot a video, tag me online.
Josephine, well, this is what it takes: practice. Even a simple little coin trick, of course, takes practice, and a magician will tell you all about that. But guys, if you do try it at home, make sure to tag Andrew down below on Instagram at AndrewTheMagic. Well, yeah, we appreciate you coming along and sharing with us that. Even that little coin trick. I know it's the magician's code usually to not reveal their secrets. So we're grateful to you for showing us even that. What are your thoughts, by the way? Quick question. I don't know if anybody at home has heard of this show or watches this show, but it's called Penn and Teller Fool Us.
Yeah, I love that show. It's great. Yeah, it's great. So it's actually one of the top shows right now in Vegas. It's so once you've been on Penn and Teller's Fool Us, it's basically you can tell everybody that I've actually performed for Penn and Teller in Vegas, and actually, so it's actually one of the in fact how do I put this? So Penn and Teller, although the show is called Penn and Teller Fool Us, of course, the producers and the audience will want you to have a good time as well. So, I mean, ultimately, your goal is to entertain the audience that's watching over there. And of course, if you get the full Penn and Teller, there will be an additional bonus to it. I mean, of course, it's a good publicity thing as well that you can, be on the show. But of course, there are so many magicians out there, and to be selected for the show is a very, very thin borderline to be on the show. I mean, first of all, you want to be on the show before anything else. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So for some context for those who don't know the show, so the show is called Penn and Teller Fool Us. Now, Penn and Teller are a very, very famous magician duo who are most famous for breaking the magician's code, which is a real thing as I understand it, and they've been expelled, haven't they, from the International Magicians Council and stuff like that, because they will reveal everything about what the ins and outs behind the trick, and they see it as part of their almost duty as entertainers to let the audience in on the secret. And so for any of you who are interested in knowing how tricks work or what might be behind the trick or something, what the show involves is these amazing magicians getting on stage and showing these unbelievable tricks. But if Penn and Teller can guess how they did the trick, and they will reveal it, they'll take you all through the process. And if Penn and Teller can guess how they did the trick, then the magician has to say, "Yeah, you got me."
Yeah, but the thing is that they do it in a way that only the magician. They will do it in a way of magicians' code of conduct. They will reveal the trick only a magician would understand. A magician's language, I guess, for a layperson who actually watching would have no clue of what they are talking about. So yeah, so in that sense, they are also keeping the secret and keeping the mystery of magic in itself. Yeah.
Who is, and on a personal note, Andrew, who is your favorite magician? Who is someone that you've always looked up to? Someone whose act you saw once that made your head spin, even for a magician like yourself. Like who is it that you really look up to?
My all-time favorite, of course, would be David Copperfield. Of course, not only just the tricks that he does, but of course you would along the way you would understand how the trick works. But it's more of the presentation and the personality behind it, and the motivation of why that trick was done. And like I was mentioning earlier, of course, magic is not just the tricks, but is bringing your audience into a journey to actually experience magic for yourself. It's in his show is experiencing the impossible, in the sense that magic is necessary for each and every day of our lives because it helps us to believe, the impossible.
Yeah, it's something we physically cannot wrap our heads around, sometimes. And that sense of wonder, that sense of amazement, that sense of truly not knowing what the hell is going on, is quite refreshing sometimes. Sometimes it's just we relish the illusion and just we're happy with the magic of it all. So it's nice. What about for you? What's like your personal ambition as far as this work? As far as this underwork goes, where is it? I mean, you Britain's Got Talent was always a dream for you, and that dream has come true in a way. So what's like the next thing? What's the next goal? What's the next stunt what's the next trick you want to pull off? What's the next
the thing about me is that I'm never too comfortable with where I am at. So although Britain's Got Talent was part of my one of my achievements back then, I always try to strive to always ask myself what's next. It's always a question that I want to do something more. Of course, down the road, I'm going to do my own shows in Vegas, and to even though if I were to do a show in Vegas, my job is I want my goal to travel to as many countries as I can to perform, to see how far my magic will bring me to. And of course, although I've not done my own ticketing show yet in Malaysia, although I do have a plan to do so, hopefully, I'm able to cultivate the art form in Malaysia to actually encourage Malaysians to actually watch live shows, to make it a thing, that they will do, And of course,
sorry,
to try to because I guess in Malaysia we as magicians have a way in a very bad name. I guess it's not just only in Malaysia, but I've also experienced it in some parts of the world in Asian countries usually, where a magician would try to outsmart the volunteers, the guests, to make them seem less important or less foolish, or rather to make them feel that, hey, I'm a magician, I'm going to fool you. So once a magician steps into that kind of a zone, right, there's always that tipu lah, you're just bluffing me, you're just fooling me, you're just a con man, or whatever. So rather than just versus entertainment, oh, that was entertaining. Oh, thank you for putting a smile on my face through what you just did. Thank you for through your message or through your magic. It helps inspires me to motivate me to do something better or to believe in the impossible. Yeah.
I can see where, I mean, I can understand it's not pleasant, the whole aggressive thing, like I'm the magician and you're not, whatever. But I can see where, because when you understand something in as much like intricate detail and are able to pull off such amazing tricks, I can see why the ego would come out to play.
No, I mean, but that's what really ticks me off is magicians who use magic to act as if they have actual superpowers. Make them believe that they like doing black magic, or I can actually do stuff like this. So
yeah, I think a lot of people have abused that power probably in the past.
Yeah.
All right. So for the audience, so we've got just about 10 minutes or so till we wrap up. So we can if you guys have any questions for Andrew, please do fire them in the comments below, and we'll try and get around to those. Andrew, do you have anything left to wow us with? Do you have anything left planned?
Yeah, you know what? Let me show you guys. During this time of quarantine, let me show you guys more magic. Let's do more magic. You know? Yeah.
Let's do more magic. Excellent.
Yeah. See, one of the great things about. Let me set up first. I'll just be right back. I'm just gonna.
All right.
Perfect.
I'll leave Andrew some privacy on the screen while he gets the studio set up and gets his trick in place. But what an amazing show so far, guys, and what an interesting way of doing things. Virtual magic looks set to be the way that things might go for a while. So if they're anything like what we're seeing tonight, then I think the industry is in pretty safe hands. If you have any questions, we'll be seeing another trick from Andrew just now, but if you have any questions for him before we wrap up this evening, please do put them in the comments box. I'm sure he'll be happy to field them, and of course share what secrets he's able to share of the industry. But remember, it is literally the magician's code. It's a real thing. Look it up. It is actually a magician's code that you need to protect and preserve the secrets behind magic tricks. So we'll try and get what information we can out of him, but let's not push the boundaries. Okay, how are you looking there, Andrew?
Good. How are you guys? Can you guys see me perfectly fine?
Yeah, you're right in the center.
See, one of the great things about traveling around the world and meeting new people is the connections that we make. So these, although wherever you guys are watching from, I hope I'm able to connect with you guys from here, from my home to yours. So speaking of connections, this next piece is about connecting. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Wonderful. Please, everyone at home, I'm sure, is joining me in a big virtual round of applause. That's spectacular. And again, how do you do it? I mean, I know you can't just tell me how you do it, but how do you do it? Wow. And one thing, actually, Andrew, one thing you forgot to mention earlier, you were saying how being a magician is much more than about sleight of hand. You've got to be a storyteller. You've got to be, you've got to play with emotion. You've got to play with this. You also forgot to mention how you've got to be a pretty good dancer too.
To be honest with you, I'm really, really bad at dancing. I can never dance. So yeah. So yes,
yeah,
but
that was beautiful.
Magicians do a lot of things just besides magic. Some of us do dance classes. Some of us do miming. In fact, just to develop the skill of miming. Even script writing, writing songs, writing music. All of it is magic. Because music, before magic, before the tricks, music is the one that's going to move the emotions. It's all in.
It's all there. Well, what an amazing thing. I think our audience at home will blown away by that one. So, guys, we've got a couple of minutes left. If you have any questions for Andrew, do get them in below, and we'll try and answer them before the session is over. Yes. But what do I say, Josephine? Josephine loves every angle of your magic. The trick, the show, the music, even your expressions.
So Thank you.
Well, this is what a seasoned stage performer looks like, Josephine, and we can see why you made it all the way to the semi-finals of Asia's Got Talent and past the audition round, which is a huge achievement in Britain's Got Talent terms. Because I mean, a couple of my friends actually went. I mean, we're talking way back in the earlier seasons, and was it Britain's Got Talent or it was like X? It was X Factor.
X Factor. Yeah, even to be on the show is to be on the show itself. It's a challenge because there's so many artists and so many performers who wants to be on that show. So being on the show in itself, it's actually, in fact, being featured on the show is another thing. It's a plus point, So yeah.
Yeah, amazing stuff. And yeah, you're right. The auditions, the queues are for miles around the corner just for like the first preliminary round of auditions and whatnot. So to make it that far is really quite something special. And I think we're looking forward to where you think you can take the industry in Malaysia. Because I think there's a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of improvement to be made, but I think there's a lot of potential.
Yeah, I mean, there's always room for improvement. I guess I would say that definitely, So yeah, hopefully this will go somewhere. So yeah, if we got no questions, I can close us with one last trick, and
I think that would go down very nicely. Let's do that. Let's wrap up with a final trip. Play us out, Andrew. Play us out.
Right. See, magic has brought me to many places, and I met some wonderful people like you today, physically and virtually. See, as life goes on, new people appear in our lives, and sometimes people disappear, and we never know when we would see each other again, especially in times like this. But what if we could always stay connected? And what if we could always experience this gift of friendship? This final piece is my deepest expression and my deepest wish for us to stay connected. I hope you guys enjoy.
Huh? Brilliant. Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
That was very good. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. And again, a virtual round of applause, I'm sure, from everybody at home. And that is a perfect note, an inspiring message, a wonderful note to end up on. That is just about all the time that we have. So perfect timing. Ever the showman, of course. So, Andrew, we'll say thank you very much and good night to you. It's been a real pleasure having you on board. And we look forward to seeing, like I said, guys, check out Andrew's Facebook page tomorrow. It'll be on IG and Facebook as well under Andrew the Magic. If it's there, there'll be more live shows if tonight just wasn't quite enough for you. So check him out there. And Angela, we look forward to seeing you very much back on stage and doing what you do, what you love, and what you do best very, very soon. So until then, best of luck. Stay safe. Be well.
You too.
We're looking forward to what this time does for your creative process. Because if this is anything to go by, then you're going to steal the show when this is all done. So thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Good night to you. My head is still spinning.
Right. Good night, man. Good night. See you guys.
Take care. Take care.
Take care.
Right, guys, there you have it. What an amazing, amazing and entertaining evening that was. Virtual magic. Who'd have thought? And I think it's here to stay. So that is all from us tonight for the end of day 2 of week 2 of ALYFE Connects, our very first virtual event brought to you by ALYFE Group. Tomorrow, we have another full day planned full of wonderful speakers and sessions. We have a talk on zero waste and sustainable living tomorrow morning, followed by a exercise workout, I believe, a CrossFit session. And then we're going to have a public speaking workshop actually before then. The exercise session is later in the day. And then we're wrapping up the day with another live music session. So tune in tomorrow. Keep an eye out for the schedule. Until then, stay safe, stay indoors, take care. Good night.